Coming up on Fulton Today, how to get your holiday shopping season off to a safe start. We'll hear from Fulton Police. And the Sheriff's Office test evacuation procedures at the county jail. Fulton Today is next.
From the Government Center in downtown Atlanta, you're watching Fulton Today with Shania Chavis.
Welcome to Fulton Today, everybody. I'm Shania Chavis. This week marks the official kickoff for the busiest shopping season of the year. It's also a time of year when criminals prey on residents, making them victims of theft and other crimes. Fulton County Police Detective Melissa Parker is here now with some tips on keeping us safe this holiday season. Welcome back to Fulton Today.
Hi, Shani. How are you?
So police generally increase their presence during the holiday shopping season. What's on tap this year?
Yes, we will have extra patrols, especially in shopping centers, any crowded areas that our citizens might be spending a little extra cash or carrying extra packages in their vehicles. Just extra patrol to make sure that they're not a victim of theft.
Okay, and let's do what we do every year. Let's give residents some tips for shopping this holiday season.
Well, first of all, when you're going out to shop, you should leave everything at home that you don't absolutely need in your vehicle. If you don't have to carry a purse, put your credit card or your cash in your pocket. And when you're parking in a shopping center, you might want to park at a close space. You might not want to park next to a tall vehicle or a large vehicle where your vision is obscured. Something else to keep in mind when you're in the parking lot, and this is not only during the holiday season but any time, is make sure you have a fresh battery in your key fob, your car alarm. If you have a fresh battery in that, anytime anything happens, you can always hit that car alarm.
And Detective, what reminders do you have for people who may be going out of town for the holidays?
If you're planning a trip to go out of town, you might want to check with your local law enforcement and fill out a form, an information form for them to keep on hand. We call ours an extra check and patrol. In that case, we'll know what vehicles should be in your driveway, what lights may or may not be on.
And of course, we can't let you go without talking about those holiday celebrations and that drinking and driving.
Well, certainly we don't want anyone out drinking and driving. It's not only your safety, but it's for the safety of others around you. If you're out somewhere drinking, please call a taxi or have a designated driver at a party. If you're hosting a party, you might want to contact your local cab company or taxi company and see if they might offer your guests a flat rate or just have the phone numbers on hand where when they're walking out the door, you can give them that option to take a cab home.
Fulton County Police Detective Melissa Parker, always great information. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Now, of course, if you notice something suspicious while shopping or in your neighborhood, you can call 911. Public Works crews are hoping that residents will follow some simple guidelines this holiday season to keep the county's sewer systems from backing up. Fog or fats, oils, and grease can clog drains and wastewater treatment plants.
During the holidays, we do have a lot of cooking that we do with our friends and family, and we tend to be a little bit more rich in the cooking, so a lot more butter and fats. And when it comes to disposing of all of that uneaten food that we don't want any leftovers, it is important to dispose of that properly. So we want you to put it in the trash and not down the drain, not your garbage disposal, not down the toilet, and not down the drain.
Pouring grease into kitty litter is another way to safely dispose of fats, oils, and grease. Cooking oils, salad dressings, and peanut butter are not the only items that can clog drains. Personal wipes and baby wipes can also cause sewer clogs and expensive repairs.
These are the typical brown paper towels that you will find in a public restroom. And I put it in this jar of water March 10th, 2014, and you see it has not broken apart.
Now you can get more information on the county's fog program by calling the Fulton County Department of water resources. You can also recycle fats, oils, and grease at county recycling locations in College Park, Sandy Springs, and Roswell. The Sheriff's Office puts its evacuation plans to the test. FGTV's Felicia Church has the story on the Code Red drill at the Rice Street Jail.
We got a Code Red, Zone 400.
901, 902, get emergency key.
It was a scenario Fulton Sheriff's deputies hope will never play out in real life.
Listen up, Heath, Williams, Morrow.
But a scenario that must be practiced for when the real emergency happens at the Fulton County Jail. Getting inmates out of the building and out of harm's way while keeping all of the inmates and the deputies safe.
It is important for us to go through this evacuation training so that the civilians, the sworn staff, the visitors, guests, they would know exactly what their role is in an evacuation situation and how to protect life and the safety of those that are within the facility.
This Code Red mass drill reached the stage 4 level, which meant the inmates had to evacuate the premises.
Wait on medical, wait on medical.
Sheriff's deputies even simulated a new type of emergency when an inmate was injured and needed medical attention.
Medical, come this way, medical.
As this inmate was addressed, the others loaded on buses and headed to the nearby City of Atlanta Detention Center. It takes an entire community of law enforcement officials to evacuate the Fulton County Jail.
We would reach out to our local authorities, local law enforcement agencies, Atlanta Police Department, Marta Police Department, Marta Transportation, Fulton County Marshals, as well as our Fulton County Sheriff's Law Enforcement Division.
All in all, the Sheriff's Office gives this drill a good grade with a good evacuation time.
Evacuation drill was a success. The time in which the facility was evacuated was a total of 51 minutes, in which we simulated evacuating an entire floor, and we removed the prisoners from the floor of the housing unit to another jail facility.
Reporting for FGTV, I'm Felicia Church.
Thank you very much, Felicia. A group of international officials learned just how the largest county in the state operates. A 7-member delegation from Kenya stopped by the government center as a part of a 13-day, 3-city good governance and transparency tour. County officials gave the visitors an overview of county services.
Fulton County has something like 34 library branches throughout the whole county.
Business and taxes.
We collect property taxes, we collect personal property taxes, and that's the tax that businesses pay. So every business pay taxes on their goods and inventory.
The delegation's focus was the structure of a commissioner county manager form of government and service delivery.
We have learned a lot. We have been able to interact with the people, with government officials, ourselves being, government officials from Kenya. The interaction really has helped us, to basically be able to benchmark good standards in terms of service delivery, accountability, and, the ethical perspective in governance. It's been nice. We enjoyed it.
Kenya's Good Governance and Transparency Tour is part of the country's strategy for an open and accountable political system. Fulton plans to do its part to help thousands of people in need. It's all a part of the employees' annual donation drive called Project Hope. Each Fulton County employee gets to choose from over 400 participating charities and 8 federations to make donations to.
We'll be actually collecting home goods for veterans moving into permanent housing. And our goal is to get together these kits that will have things like plates and cups and saucers, things you'd need when you were moving into a new apartment for the first time. Our goal is to get 100 home kits together in partnership with United Way. So far, we've received 25, and we're very hopeful that we'll be able to get to that goal before the end of the holiday season.
Last year, employees donated $73,000. And still to come on Fulton Today, county, community, and justice leaders address the problem of human trafficking. We'll have that story in our district-by-district coverage next.
watching Fulton Today.
Fulton leaders celebrate the next phase of the Beltline project while also approving a major sidewalk project in South Fulton. Here's this week's district by district coverage. We begin with the District 1 Commissioner as he lends his voice to the conversation about human trafficking in our community. Chairman John Eves was one of the featured speakers during a program on the topic hosted by the Buckhead Cascade City chapter of the Lynx. The panel discussion brought together leaders in the justice, government, and community in an effort to develop strategies and alliances to address the prevention, treatment, and elimination of the demand of human trafficking in the Atlanta area.
Well, this is a very, very serious issue. Human trafficking is a problem across the country. In fact, it's an international problem. However, we're at the epicenter. The convergence of the airport here and the hotel industry and the trucking industry converges here in Atlanta, brings a lot of folks here, and right underneath our noses we have thousands and thousands of victims who are being abused. And I'm here to let folks know that Fulton County is concerned.
Chairman Eves' colleague was also at the summit.
The more education that we can impart on people about why it's happening, where it's happening, then the more that we can do to stop it. It is a serious subject, and we all are affected by it, and we have to protect our children.
Atlanta has been identified as a major transportation hub for trafficking young women and one of 14 U.S. cities with the highest levels of sex trafficking of children. In District 5, residents learn more about how eating certain foods can help reverse diseases and help weight loss. In observance of National Diabetes Awareness Month, a chef revealed for patrons at the Adams Park Library how he healed himself of diabetes and hypertension. Raw chef Jeff says he lost 25 pounds in 25 days, primarily because of changes in his diet.
When you heat the food over 108 degrees, you kill the vitamins and the enzymes that's in the food. So we are live beings. Since we are live beings, we need to eat live food. So the live food is food that is not heated over 108 degrees. When you do that, you kill the food.
We are extremely pleased that the county has been able to move the location of critical information from downtown to the community. And I cannot think of another area of important information than nutrition and food.
29 million Americans have diabetes, according to the CDC. Health professionals say the disease is prevalent in communities where there are a lack of accessible fruits and vegetables. District 6 Commissioner Joan Garner, along with board colleagues, marked the groundbreaking of Atlanta's Beltline West Side Trail. Mayor Christine Reed and the Atlanta Beltline leadership hosted this ceremony, marking the official start of this phase of the project. A number of residents, as well as government, business, and civic representatives took part in the celebration.
Projects like this are rooted in strong partnerships. And I can't imagine how we'd be able to stand here without those partnerships making it possible, pushing against the tide of history, and really against great odds that would have said this would never come to the Southwest.
The East Side Trail has been up and running for the last couple of years, but breaking ground on this side of town, the south side, southwest side of town, really speaks to the potential of economic development in this community. It's a way to bring the community together, and it's a way that all entities have partnered. The Beltline, the City of Atlanta, Fulton County, private partnerships, public partnerships, but most importantly, this will be great for all of the citizens living in this community.
The West Side Trail is a 3-mile addition to the Beltline network connecting 10 southwest Atlanta neighborhoods. The $43 million investment, using both public and private funds, marks an historic day for the city of Atlanta and its southwest neighborhoods. And finally, District 7 Commissioner William Bill Edwards makes a motion to approve major safety improvements along a busy South Fulton Road. The Campbellton Road Sidewalk Project will provide sidewalks on both sides of the road from Reynolds Road to Enon Road. It's an improvement the commissioner says was long overdue.
The people along that corridor have been for many years asked for sidewalks. There's one particular area and we've had several accidents. So we want to endeavor to make sure that we do our part, make sure that we ensure the safety and also enhancing the quality of life of people that work there.
The Campbellton Road Sidewalk Project passed by a vote of 5-0. Now you can catch your commissioners at work all this week with the rebroadcast of the Board of Commissioners meeting right here on FGTV. And when we come back, keeping Fulton employees physically fit. Stay with us.
You're watching Fulton Today.
From flu shots to healthy recipes, Fulton employees learn how to stay fit this holiday season. It's a gift not just for themselves, but for taxpayers as well. FGTV's Lynn Vaughn explains.
The flu season and overeating during the holidays can wreak havoc on your health. But at a recent fitness health event, county employees were given the tools to protect themselves.
When influenza strikes, it kills the very young and the very old first. And of course, we want to protect ourselves so we can care for our families, but we also want to protect our families, especially the young and the old, because they're the ones that are most susceptible.
And at the government center downtown, employees were given recipes to help them quit the unhealthy soda habit many people have.
For those people who like soft drinks, and you know soft drinks have a lot of sugar, and they like that carbonated experience, so you have some mineral water, you get your minerals, and you get some fresh fruit, give you that sugar, and it's all the same.
And when this busy holiday season seems too hectic to prepare a healthy meal, a prepared frozen meal can be tweaked into something good and nutritious.
Really, it's pretty simple. Whatever meal that you're preparing, if you just add a lot of vegetables with it, especially green vegetables with your protein, then that's what's going to turn it into a low glycemic, healthier meal that your family can enjoy.
Blue Cross Blue Shield helped sponsor the Good Health event. Fulton County encourages participation in programs like this because a healthy workforce benefits us all. When employees are well, the county spends less money in doctor and hospital visits and sick days, and that leaves more money for the delivery of services to taxpayers. Reporting for FGTV, I'm Lynn Vaughn.
Thank you very much, Lynn. A county coalition is working to improve the eating habits of college students. The Healthy Heart Coalition recently gave several Georgia State University students a tour of the Center for Disease Control and Prevention Museum. The coalition pointed out the exhibits that show the changes in Americans' diets throughout the years. The group hopes this generation returns to healthy eating.
Heart disease is the leading cause of death for men and women, for the county, for the state of Georgia, and even across the nation. So we want people to know that it's totally preventable. And we want to be able to save lives and to help people understand ways that they can change their daily routine and actually make a tremendous difference in their life expectancy.
They're showing us how minority cultures really have like poor health information and lower eating habits and stuff like that. And with the Healthy Heart Coalition, how we're trying to get to minority cultures and showing them that we can eat healthy and bringing better options of finding food and fruits and vegetables to their communities, because it's really hard to get healthy food out there.
According to the CDC, about 600,000 Americans die from heart disease each year. That's about 1 in 4 people. For more information and for tips on healthy eating, go to healthyheartcoalition.org. Seniors get the answers to all of their Medicare questions at a one-on-one enrollment session. The Department of Health and Human Services arranged for the help at the Mills Senior Facility. Organizers with Medicare and Medicaid services gave information on the different plans available and how to enroll.
The number one concern that we're hearing is about the cost of the prescription drug plans. So what we're doing is putting in their personal information in the Medicare.gov site, and we actually have a decision tool called the Plan Finder, where we're putting in their Medicare number, zip code, their prescriptions that they're currently taking and their preferred pharmacy. And the website actually does a sort by cost.
The Medicare program provides health insurance for people 65 years of age and older, persons living with certain disabilities, and kidney failure. Now, open enrollment for the Medicare program ends. For more information, go to medicare.gov. And when we come back, the library building program is moving right along. We'll tell you about the latest facility to undergo renovations when we come back. Stay with us, everybody.
You're watching Fulton Today.
The South Fulton Library is temporarily closed while renovations begin. The library expansion project will turn the 15,000 square foot library into a 25,000 square foot facility.
And it's not just a simple matter of adding 10,000 square feet, it's a lot more than that. We need to basically take the building apart, reconfigure the interior space, redesign it, and architects have worked on a plan that will do just that.
The project is part of the phase 1 of the library building program. Construction will take about a year to complete. The library is expected to reopen at the beginning of 2016. During the construction, residents can visit the new Wolf Creek Library, also in South Fulton. And finally, registration for winter arts classes begin next week. Fulton's art centers have dozens of classes for teens, adults, seniors, and children. They range from beginners to advanced.
Art provides you with an arts education and academic study that is not normally provided in your everyday life. We add to your community, we add to your health, we add to your quality of life. We embrace you where you are in your artistic skill and enhance on those skills. We introduce you to new mediums as well as new art forms. And that way you can take those artwork or those art forms home with you, and you can provide that enrichment to your family.
Fulton's arts programs are tremendously popular and have limited participation. Visit fultonarts.org for more information on the registration process. And before we go, our reminder that we'd like to hear from you about the stories and programs right here on FGTV. Email us at fgtv.feedback@fultoncountyga.gov. You can also follow us on twitter.com/FGTV, find us on Facebook, and watch us on YouTube. Well, that does it for this edition of Fulton Today. I'm Shania Chavis. Thank you for joining us. Join us each week for news around and about Fulton County.